Day 2 at the World Championships, and first things first, Team Mexico. So Andela Herran, the 49 kilo gold medalist from the Pan Am Champs this year, she snatched 85 kilos there. She's competing in, I think, 4 days now, maybe 3 days actually. She lifts on Tuesday, and she worked up in the power snatches, 60 kilos for some doubles, 65 singles, 80 kilos power clean and jerk. I think it's pretty typical that as these athletes get closer, 1 or 2 days out they may do full lifts, but sort of 3 days out they tend to do heavier powers. So 80 kilo in the power clean and jerk, some back squat triples at 100, doubles at 110. So just sort of, you know, lifts that are quick, snappy, focused a little bit more on the velocity side of the force velocity curve, I suppose. And then we had her teammate, Ana Ferrar, the 55 kilo lifter, who I think she competed in Tokyo. I can't remember where she placed. So she had a similar kind of idea. She did power snatches, power clean and jerks, similar sort of percentage, just a little bit heavier because she's a stronger weightlifter. 75 in the power snatch, up to I think it was 85, 95 in the power clean and jerk. But then she pushed the squats a little bit more because she's a little bit further out. She can do a little bit more stress, I suppose, before, you know, in this sort of training time. So she worked to 135 kilos for some doubles in the back squat, which is pretty heavy for 55, you know, just a few days out. So all in all, a pretty exciting session from Team Mexico. Not sure who's in next, but we'll keep you updated. Nifty little session there from Marin Robu of Moldova, 81 kilo lifter. He's in great shape actually. He worked up in the snatch. He did 140 for a power snatch plus 1 or 2 hang snatches? One
low hang.
Yeah, low hang. So power snatch plus low hang snatch at 140. And then he did kind of what he did yesterday in the snatch. So yesterday in the snatch he did 160 for 4 singles. Today he did 190 for 3 singles in the clean and jerk, which is heavy. I mean, the world record is 208. Carlos Nassar, it's over 90% for 3 singles, and all of them, to be honest, look pretty easy. Like definitely opener, if not even below opener. So he's in way better shape than he was at last year's Worlds. I think he did 196 or 197 last year, after winning the snatch at 168, 167, something like that. So he's in way better shape now. I was just saying to Nick, I mean, he could beat Shi Ziyong. Like, Shi Ziyong has done 169, 198. So it's entirely possible that he could come in and do 172, 202, and Shi Ziyong could do 170, 200 and not beat him. So there's a chance that Marin could actually take a gold medal here. He's just wrapping up with some pulls now, 220. On the bar, and he's looking good. I said to him, how heavy are you going to go in the clean jerks? He said moderate, so that's what 190 is for him now, so that's pretty good. Some of Team Armenia's just turned up, as has a very small little cohort of German weightlifters, so we'll see what they do. We may film, we'll film, we may include it, we may not, we'll see, but yeah, we've got some food coming too, so we need to grab that. Okay, so that seemed to be a bit of a Pan-American session. We had the USA, we had Ecuador, we had Colombia in again, so we were able to film a little bit of each of those countries. No massive sessions, I wouldn't say. I mean, the Colombians went heavy yesterday. We did see, like, Brian Rodriguez hit a 250 back squat double. I'm not sure if we filmed it, we might have that. Nesmond Paredes was in, I spoke to him, he said he wasn't, you know, he was just feeling tired after yesterday's heavy snatches, so he did 115 strict press doubles, some push press, he may have done some front squats as well. But Tamara Salazar from Ecuador, she's the silver medalist from Tokyo in the 87 kilo category. She actually did lift, I mean, not heavy for her, but still big lifts, 125 kilo and then a 130 kilo power clean and jerk. And then some power snatches. Yeah, power snatches. And then we were able to film some of Team USA who were just behind us now. So Kate Vibert, who some of you may have seen that short documentary that we posted yesterday on our channel, she came in, she snatched up to 98 kilos, which is actually pretty big for her. I'd imagine that's going to be her penultimate lift before she goes out. She'll probably open at something like 103. So I would have thought 98 is going to be her final backroom attempt. She's just doing some jerks behind us now, so they may even be in shot. Ryan Crimson, he turned up as well. I had a little joke with him because he likes to call people out, which I actually really like. I appreciate that in weightlifting. We don't have enough of athletes calling people out. He likes to call lifters out, and I said to him, when Rizki Juniansyah is here, we need to get out some jerk blocks. There's like one set of jerk blocks over there. Get them out, get him to snatch 170 in front of Rizki Juniansyah, or better still, just walk up to him and show him the video. But Ryan was feeling excited to be at the World Championships, his first senior comp. So he was lifting, and then he'd cut his shins from the bar. So then he just got the blood off his shins and he put it under his eyes like some war paint, and started lifting and just throwing down. He's there behind us now. So that was kind of fun to watch. The other Ryan Sessa, did some powers, Bo Brown did some light lifts. Yeah, nice little Pan American session here. No idea who's going to be in next. Hopefully we get some... Okay, Japan have just walked in. Who knows, maybe we'll get a bit of Kazakhstan, maybe we'll get a bit of... well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, that was a busy session. We had to get all 3 cameras out for that one. We were all stationed around the area. We had all at the same time South Korea, Kazakhstan, Japan, Indonesia, India, Romania all turned up, so it was a little bit hectic, but sometimes you just got to pick your battles, and we picked them. So I picked South Korea, so I'll start with that. I filmed Lee Sang. He worked up to, he's a 67 kilo lifter, unbelievably shredded. He snatched up to 140 kilos for a few. Looked pretty good there, very solid. He did his classic like catch and drop, and then actual catch on his sort of working sets on the way up. He clean and jerked up to 170 kilos. Which is, you know, he did that for like 10 singles the other day in training. His best clean and jerk is 184, the world record was 188. So he looked pretty good there. And then up to 240, I believe it was, in the back squat. And he just finished off with some sort of like partial, it's not technically a SOTS press because it wasn't from the front, but sort of like in the squat, snatch press, but he only sort of comes down to here rather than here. But pretty good workout there. The rest of the Koreans, we saw Shin Rock, the 61, he worked up to 150, I think it was, in the clean and jerk. Their 73 worked up to 180. I can't remember what he snatched, but 180 in the clean and jerk. I mean, world record is 198. Pretty damn impressive. The 55, I saw him snatch 100. He was front squatting 160 kilos, pretty strong lifter. So, pretty strong session from the South Koreans. We've got Kedemar behind us. Heidelin Diaz is warming up just behind Nick, who was filming the Indonesian. So, Indonesia is like the most underhyped, unbelievable team in weightlifting. Like, when you think about their roster, you've got Rizki Juniansyah, 73. You've got Rahmat, who I'm confident is going to set world record clean and jerk at 73. You've got Yuli Irawan, the world record holder in the clean and jerk at 61. You've got Windy Isa. I'm sure there are others that I'm not thinking of, but unbelievable team. So Rizki, we spoke to him. He said it was just going to be moderate. He snatched. I think he actually went up to 140, but I'm not sure we got it. And then up to 170 kilos in the clean. How did the 170 look? It was okay, yeah. And then a few front squats after that. Rahmat, who I just love watching Rahmat lift. He's so smooth. He did a 120 snatch. Again, he said to us he was just going to go super light because it's his first day and he just arrived. 120 snatches, 160 power clean and jerk plus clean and jerk, which is pretty good. You know, I'm over the 80% mark of the world record at that point, but I feel like 199 is going to happen in a few days' time. I'm very excited for that 73 kilo category. Just seeing those two battle it out is going to be great. Echo, he power snatched 120, which is big at 61. Not sure what he did after that. I saw him do some heavy-ish pulls, but I'm sure you'll be seeing a little bit about what he did on the screen. Loredana came in. We didn't want to focus on her much because we filmed us so much yesterday. We did catch her front squatting 150 for a double. She did some heavy pulls, but pretty standard in between heavy day training for her. And then we wanted to film Mirabai Chanu, the 49 kilo world record holder in the clean and jerk. She's got a little bit of a wrist injury at the moment that she's dealing with. Doesn't seem to hurt her on the jerks, but on the snatches a little bit. So that sort of throws the cat in amongst the pigeons for the 49 kilo category. She worked up to around 80 kilos in the snatch, which is, you know, it's approximately, well, it's like 85% of her best snatch. And then 100 kilos in the clean and jerk, again 85%. And that's what we expected. The coach told us yesterday that she was going to do 85%, so that made sense. But all in all, a very hectic session. We've now got behind us Toma behind us. I said, "You're going to snatch?" He said, "Poco." So I've not got great Spanish. I think that means a little. So small snatch.
Team
Powers
Italy
from Heidelin. Team Italy just turned up. They're not supposed to be training right now, but they've snuck in and they're not going to get kicked out. So I don't know what they're going to do. They went so heavy yesterday. I could see them squatting heavy. So you know, we'll film some Team Italy squats. But yeah, that's it. For this session at least. Go get your tickets. The competition starts tomorrow, because by the time this goes up, it'll be Sunday. We're filming on Saturday. So tomorrow, the competition begins. So go get your tickets now, weightliftinghouse.com/events/. The link is down below. And yeah, let's do it. All right, nice little training session there we have Venezuela and Team Italy, who I think are still stretching behind me right now. Let's start with Venezuela. We have the two male athletes, Toma, the 89, and Yuli, the 73. And then, I don't actually know her name, I think she's a 45 maybe? So Toma said he was just going to do some light lifts, and he did. So he did some 135 hang power snatches, that sort of thing, 150 push press, 230 front squat for him, that's very light. Yuli, on the other hand, did push it a little bit. He was having a little bit of trouble really with the snatch, to be honest. I think he missed 130 on his first attempt at it. Bear in mind, he's a guy who snatched 170 off blocks. He's done over 160 in competition. So he missed it, then he made it, then he came out for 140. I think he may have missed and made it again. Took attempts at 150, missed. I don't believe he ever made it. So he had a bit of trouble. Then in the clean and jerk, he worked up to, I think he did a 160 power clean and jerk, 180 clean and jerk. A few back squats, some snatch balance, that sort of thing. But he had a tough session. He did actually, after everything, build up in the snatch again, back up to 140. But tough session for him. Then Team Italy, no surprises, they didn't go quite as heavy. Well, some of them did. But because they had such a heavy training session yesterday. Cristiano Fico, the 89, who is real underdog at this competition, I think. He hang snatched 170 yesterday. He worked up to 230, I think it was, in the front squat. Pretty heavy, you know, single in the front squat, to be fair, and he moved it quickly. He just had his headphones on the whole time. He was pretty much in the zone. Then Lucrezia Magistris and Giulia Miserandino, they both went light because they lifted heavy yesterday. Snatches like 70 kilos, clean and jerk 90 kilos, really nothing much. That was the same with the 73 and the 81, Mirko Zani and Oscar Martinez Reyes. They both just did really light lifts. But Sergio Maceda and Julian Perrier, the two lighter athletes, pushed it a little bit more. So Julia worked up to 90 kilos in the clean and jerk, which is 85-90%-ish, I suppose, of her best clean and jerk. She did that for maybe 3 singles, then built up in the snatch to 65 kilos, I think, maybe 70. Sergio Maceda, on the other hand, he went a little bit heavier. So he had a little bit of an issue with his snatch. He's 61 kilo lifter. We saw him in training the other day do a 130 double. Today he missed 125 a couple of times just behind, and then managed to hit it, then went up to 130 kilos, made it first time. Really nice lift for him. I can see him pushing up towards 140 in the competition, to be honest with you. 35, maybe close to 40. And then in the clean and jerk, very smooth singles up to 140 kilos. And that was Team Italy. Oh, we also saw a couple of other athletes quickly. Miso Osona worked up to 250 in the front squat. That was all very nice and pretty standard for him. I mean, he's done 270 in the past. And then Heidelin Diaz, Olympic champion in the 55. Interestingly, she had 105 loaded. I think she was supposed to power clean it. She hit the first clean and it was tough, and she just went, oh no. She stood it up, dropped it, and she turned to Julius, her husband and coach, and Julius was like, go on, let's do it again. So she went again, she cleaned it, and again it like just hit her hard in the bottom of the clean. Somehow got up with it, jerked it. It didn't look easy, but also she took it very lightly. So I'm sure she'll hit way more than that come the day of the competition, but yeah, not the best there. And that might be it. We've got a few other athletes have turned up. Whether or not we're going to stay with it, I don't know. We'll see if anyone does anything heavy, but it's been a fun day 2. I imagine we're going to see some heavier lifts tomorrow. We've still got Georgia to turn up. We've still got Team China. We know that they're probably arriving in the next few hours, so they'll be in tomorrow, I'd have thought. Team Uzbekistan, like, there are so many elite, and then also with a lot of the athletes, a lot of the teams, their heavier athletes haven't come in. Like South Korea, we haven't got the heavier lifters in yet, so many more athletes still to come. You can get your tickets now. The first day of competition is tomorrow, so women's 45s, and then after that it's 2A sessions a day, so go get your tickets, the link's down below, and make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.